up, Woodward? We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid.
I'm fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener. Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm, because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
Man, not the result that you want tonight. 111-100. Pistons had a chance to get to 16 tonight, playing the Indiana Pacers, who were just in front of them. But Miles Turner, 8 of 11 from behind the arc. Hey, about to go to the press conference. We talked about it. But let me know what you guys think. The energy just wasn't there. The defense on the perimeter. They got a little scrappy later in the game, but just a little bit too late.
Game over. We'll see you Saturday against the Phoenix Suns. Don't forget tip-off is 4 p.m.
What up, though, people? Welcome to Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off your day with the WUW Crew. Bro, the energy is on one right now because obviously tomorrow is one of those January in the D-type days. All the teams that can be active are, including Michigan State and Michigan basketball.
Yep.
Detroit Pistons versus Phoenix Suns at 4.
Yep.
Red Wings versus Tampa Bay Lightning at 7, down in Tampa Bay, though. Pistons will be at LCA. And then the Commanders, they come to town to face the Detroit Lions, which is the bulk of today's show. It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. And KG, I think we got a rivalry brewing, man. Hey, this is Detroit's #1 draft pick. Hey, we also call him Black Hollywood.
Yes, you do, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. It's getting crazy, man. I don't get what the Pacers' problem is, but hey, if you want that smoke, we gonna give it to you, man. It's Detroit, bro. This is ingrained in us. If you didn't know by now,
it is ingrained in us, and I'm telling y'all, we got a full day. We got a full show for you guys.
Yeah.
We also have a very special Swisher break. It's Lions themed though today. I love it. I can't wait. And we got to break down the offense versus the defense, and I wanted to do it a little bit differently today, head to head. So the Detroit Lions offense versus Washington Commanders defense, but we got all of the stats. Like just as a teaser, the total yards. The Lions offense put up 409.5 yards per game, second in the NFL. The Commanders defense, they had allowed 326.9 yards per game for 13th. So we're going to go through this thing today, and I want to be able to have you guys' opinion as well as we go through each one. Who do you believe is going to be the MVP for the Lions defense and for Lions offense and so forth? Then we're going to get into Swisher break, and then our final score predictions. But we got to start somewhere because last night was a big night for the Detroit Pistons, and you know what? We ran into Ashton, the trainer. His brother, his pops, and everybody saw Caleb Hunter as well, son of Lindsey Hunter. We're going to wind up getting him on the show. He might go see if we can be a part of the extended family. So shout out to both of them. But we talked about it last night, and this is what it boils down to. The team lacked energy. They lacked discipline, defensively around the perimeter. You can't let Miles Turner go out there and pop off for 8 for 11.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But... and this is one thing that I was surprised at, but I will just leave it right here. I won't put the personal conversation out. Cade Cunningham just had to be better last night. Mm-hmm. With all of the noise now talking about the fact that the conversation is no longer about All-Star. He's an All-Star. But now people are saying, wait, All-Star starter? All-NBA? That's a situation where last night there was a couple plays down the stretch where you had the opportunity to cut it from 6 to maybe 4 or 2. And Cade Cunningham directly was responsible and involved with a couple touchdowns, a couple turnovers. I'm still looking at the
You're right.
the touchdown celebration.
The J-Mo highlights in the back.
I am ready. But and that's where I do believe this. These are one of those learning moments because they are fired up, man. I'm serious. If they could have ran it back last night, they would have. And let's hear from JB Bickerstaff. Let's hear from Jalen Duren. And I want to hear from KG after that.
My bad. Just got to go.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
Yep,
You're
just
good.
keep posing.
No, because they're pissed, dog, and you can tell it. The press conferences were very, very short and concise.
Yeah.
They just want to play again. But let's hear about it, man. Pistons, Pacers, they did fall to them last night. They had opportunity to go to the 6th seed. They fall into a tie. So technically they're in 9th because the Heat own a tiebreaker, but they are tied for that 8th spot. Yeah. So let's hear from JB Bickerstaff and Jalen Duren. I like the fight that they're showing.
Getting pretty chippy out there. Is the old Pistons-Pacers rivalry coming back now?
I hope so. I just hope that, when we were kicking their ass at their place, it wasn't the same. So if that's the way it's going to be, let's make it that way. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
And just not executing the game plan that the coaches put in for us. A lot of defensive lapses early on. They kind of put us down and put us in a position to fight back. So tough one.
It's been a chippy season between you guys and the Pacers, really going back to last season. Just what was the intensity tonight, and what kind of drives that between these two teams?
We'll see him in a couple of weeks.
I don't know if you guys noticed that. His look over to the right, Jalen Duren, he was looking at Pistons PR. Yeah. And it was like, and we all knew, we was like, bro,
he about to pop off. He about to pop off.
But KG, I want your take on this as well, because that was a big moment for them last night.
Yeah.
They wanted that one. They really wanted. They're disappointed in their play, and they know that they got to be better.
No, absolutely. They would tell you that, and shout out to my boy JB Bickerstaff standing on business, man. That's the kind of fire you want in your head coach, bro. This is why those young bulls, they go out there and they perform for him, man. So you got to give them credit. But, overall, they just came out flat last night, I felt like. You got to give the Pacers credit. Tim Hardaway, he had a really good game coming out the gate. But the offense just seemed like they could not get it rolling, especially shooting-wise. We know Cade had a bad night. It took him a while, and they played really good defense on him, man. They was
going to survive.
Absolutely, but they were overplaying Cade, and about time he shook out of it. It was just too little, too late. Yes, you would like to see them be better on the defensive end because, like you said, Miles Turner just going crazy from deep like that. You never really want to see that. So it is what it is. They'll be able to bounce back. I'm not really worried about the confidence of this team. No. And you just hate to lose to a team that's chirping at you all night like that, but they'll be better. JB will have them
They will be. And that was the thing. JB did say, he stepped to the table. He was like, you know what? There were things unfolding that they just keep repeating in my mind, and I should have put them in a better position as I saw it. And I just waited too late to do it. And so it was like to see him take that on. But then Jalen Duren steps to the table and says, no, that was on us. Really quickly, High Def Steph is in the building. DJ High Def Steph, official DJ for the Pistons, for the Crews. You out there with the Spartans as well. Wayne State. Hey, just kind of all Detroit over, City man. Hip hop events, Detroit, all of that stuff.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Just real quickly, man, from you on the Pistons, the vibes, and then we got to hear from Chase about these Red Wings.
Make sure you get out and vote for Cade Cunningham.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Yes. I don't even think if he's gonna be an all-star this year. I think it's like you said, is he starting?
Yep.
So if you get out there and vote, you still got time. Get out there and vote.
Yep.
Last night, man, that was a tough one. I thought we was gonna get that one. When I walked in the building last night, the energy felt good to me. I was like, oh yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just not your night, man. But I enjoy like the passion and stuff that they play with. You could definitely see like they out there having fun with this.
Oh,
so,
definitely.
It's just a different air right now in that building. Whenever I walk in, just from last season, it's completely different. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I do. I do
like,
too, brother.
Like past that.
And something that they have been much better at this year than the previous couple seasons is bouncing back after losses like this. I do expect Cade to go on a pre-All-Star game tear. I expect this to be something that vaults him forward. KG, and then we got to hear from a Kavasi Chase.
No, and I felt like, although they didn't play their best basketball, there were some positives to come out of last night. I mean, you like the fire that Jalen Duren played with. He went out there and pretty much stuffed the stat sheet, man. Asar Thompson, I really like how he's coming along in the starting lineup, in the absence of Jaden Ivey being down. He's somebody that can play defense. He gets to the rim. It's not always efficient, but you like the fact that he does the other things. So there was some positives to take out of last night. It's not all completely bad, but absolutely, they have to play better.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
know that. They're in a winning position, so.
And I know that they will. This is one of those ones that's going to stick with them. So,
oh, yeah.
Kavasi Chase, we got a victory show for the Red Wings, man. I just wanted your synopsis really quickly on that victory because the Todd Father is working all types of magic for the Red Wings. And then we got Lions, and more Lions. TLB is on the way, folks.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to talk about teams playing better, the Red Wings going down to Florida, the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions, coming off of that tough loss to San Jose in our own barn. They get the job done. They win 5-2 last night, and the biggest takeaways for me from the game were the special teams. We went 3 for 4 on the power play, capitalizing and getting 3 in the net. I mean, they only scored twice, so that alone, our power play won us that game, but we also shut them down. They were 0 for 3 on the power play, which was absolutely huge. The difference between Cam Talbot and Ville Husso, Cam Talbot was playing really well. We got outshot by 23, which you can't let happen on a consistent basis. They were more physical than us as well. I think we got hit like 19 more times or 13 more times than us, somewhere around there. But they brought the physicality and they brought the offense, but they didn't have enough to get it in the net. And we just played really well. Like I said, the power play, the puck is just moving around and they're shutting teams down. Alex DeBrincat, Patrick Kane, Dylan Larkin, they're all playing at such a high level. What we expect them to be, like they are living up to, who they're supposed to be on this team. And then, you see flashes of guys like Marco Kasper last night just ripping across the blue line and getting one in the back of the net behind Bobrovsky. So super excited to see the Wings play this way. They dropped the Stadium Series jerseys yesterday, and me and my roommate.
Those are fire.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be at the game. Me and my roommate are gonna be going, so we'll get some content for Woodward and for us here at Wake Up Woodward, and then hopefully get to run into our other fans like the away fan who is going to be at the game as well.
Hey,
shout out to him.
Shout out to him, and thank you for being on top of that the Red Wings information as well. And you know what? It's time to TLB. Let's read a couple super chats, JB Smooth, and then let's get into the Lions stuff because we got a special treat for you all. I told you we were working on getting a Commanders representative this week, and we do have one. He's lived in Detroit for some time, but he is a tried and true Commanders fan. He's going to tell us his story. Okay. He's going to definitely share his love for all things Detroit and pure Michigan, but obviously this puts him in a very, very kind of a conflicting spot.
Compromising position.
Compromising position. But we're going to talk to him about this game. He's going to give us a preview from his perspective, from the Commander's perspective.
Okay.
He's going to join the show at 8:30. Again, this is Dr. Jay Jugganathan of Jugganathan Neurosurgery. And this is a doctor that I'm going to try and have him on our show more and more and more as well. So he's going to help us out whenever we have questions about anything.
Okay.
So shout out to Dr. J.
Yeah, big shout out.
I can't wait to have him on. Let's read off a couple super chats and we will get into things. Hey, we got the extended family is in the building. The WUW Crew fam. Hey, summertime just walked in.
Yeah, sun start shining, man. It's crazy.
You know what? It's
crazy how that works.
Time to TLB. Let's rock, JB Smooth.
Oh yeah, shout out to everyone sending in super chats as well too. Send in whatever you want. We will read them off anytime that we get them. $1.99 from Nasty. He said Pacers got sloppy top last night as well. And Dante151, once again, shout out to you, man. $19.99. He said, thank you, K, for hitting 8 assists plus those 20 points last night, even though it was a loss. But I know the Pistons will bounce back, and Ivy was missed. Also, Stewart yelling at Miles Turner saying that he plays with Lakos. Did this happen? Did I miss something?
It was crazy last night, bro. Like, it's chippy. The rivalry's back. The NBA needs this all across social media. Anybody who posted anything to do with JB Bickerstaff's comments, Jalen Duren, or the scuffle on the court, it's just blowing up. Even you're starting to see bigger accounts ESPNs and the NBA on TVs and all this. They're even starting to engage with it too. And you know what? The NBA has been losing some viewership. It's been losing some of what makes it spark. And last night was a little bit of a spark.
So you saying they need the Pistons?
They need the Pistons. Hey,
I love to hear
what
it,
did
bro.
George Karl already say? George Karl said that the NBA is better when Detroit is better.
You damn right.
When they're good. Let's get into the next segment. Now I'm getting fired
It's
up.
time, dog.
Cool,
it's
calm,
time.
collected. Cooler than the other side of the pillow, man. Want to know where the best pregame Lions party is for the divisional round? Join us at Detroit's very own Second Best Bar at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy your bye week, then come enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dewar's whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Go get some.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The Detroit Lions are in the playoff push.
Guys, I'm so freaking proud of you, man. That's the way to show up.
And Woodward Sports is your official, unofficial Lions network. Make sure you wake up every day with Wake Up Woodward, followed by Big D Energy, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, and of course, the heavyweights. Detroit's #1 destination for all your grits and Lions coverage. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Listen, that snow is clearing up, and you know you need to get that dusty ride out your driveway. Well, look, Les Stanford, they can help you out. How about a new car for the new year, man? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. They got a 2025 Hummer EV SUT for 24 months with a 10,000-mile-a-year warranty for only $699 per month, just a $2,000 down payment for that one. Or get you a GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, 24 months, 10,000-mile-a-year warranty for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no payment required, GM discount required for both those. So make sure you're watching out for that. But get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code that's not on the screen. But you can go to lesstanford.com or, just go in the store, man. They everywhere, man. Les Stanford, Buick, and GMC.
What up, though, people? Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up.
How can you not be?
We got the fam in the building. We have guests on the way. We even have Cody Davis from the Detroit News on the way. Now, he used to do cover the Houston Texans and NFL football. He's worked with the Believe Network. He's worked with Locked On Rockets as well as Locked On Texans. He's obviously covered the Rockets, and now he's covering the Pistons here. So I'm looking forward to his unique perspective and outlook on this game as an outsider, but also somebody who's a ball knower too.
Yeah.
So shout out to Cody Davis of the Detroit News. It's going to be a full show today, but why not? This is the NFC Divisional Playoff round between the Washington Commanders, who are going to visit the Detroit Lions. The game gets started 8 p.m. tomorrow night, and we're going to have our guests on very, very soon, but I just wanted to be able to just kind of get the feel, check the temperature of the room before we deep dive and break this thing down. And you know what? I got to put it on the spot early.
Uh-oh.
Summertime. What? Hey, look, man, just tell the people how hype you are. Get them pumped up as well, and then DJ High Dust stuff.
Man, I'm so excited. Like, can tomorrow come fast enough? Like, we're ready. Like, we pumped up. Go Lions, man.
Go Lions. I kind of woke up this morning like, oh, it's not the day.
I know, right? One more sleep.
I've been having anxiety all week for this game.
And that bye week felt so long.
It did.
You nervous?
Not nervous. It's just I just want to hurry up and get
Okay,
to it.
I got
after
you, I
watching
got
those
you.
games on Sunday, it was just like, okay, yeah, y'all go ahead and beat up on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, exactly.
But Monday, it was like, all right, man, I'm ready to get this thing. Or Tuesday after
Yep.
the Vikings game, I'm ready to just, come on, can we just get this over with now?
That's why I'm at, man. Hey, this elite booth, Cavassier Chase in the sound booth. What up, though, bro? Just check in the temperature right now.
Oh, I mean, temperature's feeling good, man. I'm not worried at all. Cool as a cucumber. You know, you guys sometimes call me Chill Chase, so I'm just kind of staying in the same vibes. And, you know, now we're, you know, nothing to worry about. They're called the Commanders, but I think they're going to be pretty obedient this weekend.
Yeah, I was waiting for the line. I knew he had a line in him. I did.
That was crazy.
That is crazy.
JB Smooth, that's Woodward Sports' MVP.
Jay Bizzle.
What's the temperature for you? I know it's freezing cold in Detroit right now, but what's the temperature right now for you as it relates to these Detroit Lions?
All right, man. Look, it's freezing cold right now, but you know the Lions are red hot. Me and Steph, we came in with the black on blacks because we know we came for business right
That's
now.
right.
And that's what's going to happen.
We not business.
It's go time.
Hey, look, KG and I didn't even plan this.
I
dog.
swear to God,
we
we
had
didn't.
to make sure that people remember it because
they can't even see 'cause of the helmet.
It's crazy.
BTA.
BTA, man.
BTA.
Look, we took over. Undefeated on the road, undefeated in the North. When you look at the top defensive teams in the entire NFL, do you realize how good the Packers and the Vikings have been? They actually held teams to lower scoring than the Lions did, which makes it interesting that the Lions swept this division and put a bazooka amount of points on them.
Yeah, they did.
And it's just
No
like,
mercy.
When we break this thing down today, when you see the actual numbers, what their defense does versus our offense, what our defense will do versus their offense, it's just like, you know what? Maybe Vegas was on to something, JB Smooth. But KG, let's check the temperature as well. And JB Smooth, just keep me posted when the guest is on.
I got you.
The closer we get, the more confident I get. I just got to be real about it. I really see this game going in the Lions' favor to where the Washington Commanders, yes, they will be able to score on us. I'm not saying they won't, but it's not going to be as pretty as they think it will be. So what I tell you all week long, like, you know, it's not disrespect. The Lions are just a class above you, and I think they just got to accept that. But we'll get into it.
Hey, we're going to get into it. Let's, should we say what up, though, to a couple friends first and then have them on?
It's up to you if you want to. Yeah, we can do that real quick just to knock that out of the way.
Let's do that. Let's do that. And then we have Dr. Jay, who's going to be joining us. Dr. Jay Juggenathan. I'm excited for this. This is a Commanders fan living in Detroit, loves Michigan. We're going to talk all of that stuff.
Right.
We'll get
Behind
that
enemy lines, man.
But then we got to jump right into what matters. Lions versus Commanders, and we want his perspective. So, hey, who do we have to say what up, though, to?
I'll tell them about New Holland, and then KG can tell them about Planet Fitness.
Sound good.
All right, New Holland Brewing Company, that Tangerine Space Machine, the new easy drinking IPA that is out of this world. It's smooth, it's juicy, with refreshing crushability. Take your taste buds to the moon and grab yourself a can of this intergalactic haze of goodness, the official beer of outer space. So yes, it is on tap on the moon for you. But why would you go that far? Go to your local store and pick up a case today, brewed by New Holland Brewing Company, straight out of Holland, Michigan.
And listen, we got your safe space if you really like to work out without being judged. Because who really likes to be judged? It's 2025, man. We got to stop the judgment. But you can get that body together by going to Planet Fitness. $15 a month is all it takes to get right. What is you waiting for, man? You're going to make me like the guy on the Everest commercial. What you waiting for? Get off the couch. Go to Planet Fitness right now. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Injuries can't stop this train.
Warriors, good win, break it down.
Super Bowl or bust, baby, for our Detroit Lions. And Woodward Sports will be there all the way. Detroit's #1 Lions destination is Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
It's the best damn Lions coverage in the state and in the world, Craig. The world. Y'all know what it is by now. Woodward Sports. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. What else do I got to say, man? Woodward and Maine, every morning we will adjust for playoff time, of course, but you catch them. They give you all the Lions inside information that you need to start your day, and then you roll into the insufferable tone of my boy Neil Rule and, of course, Sean Belegian, Detroit legend, and they bring you the Lions pregame show, and they are going to get you right for the game and give you all of the latest takes and all the information that you need to know to get right, man, and it's all on Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network. Y'all know what it is.
What up, though, people? Welcome back. It's Wake Up Woodward, and you know what? Everybody is feeling the same thing as we get closer to this game. It's like, we are who we are. It's the Detroit Lions, man. There is no need to have any worry. It's stoked, not scared, man.
Another day at the office.
Hey, it's just another day at the office. They're going to handle their business, man. I see you guys in the chat as well. As always, chat family, you guys are the most important part of the Wake Up Woodward family. Go ahead and smash that like, but let's run up the likes. You know what? Share this stream. Post this stream today. Let's try and make sure that a Commanders fan sees this. I know one that is going to see it is Dr. J. Dr. J. Jugganathan of Jugganathan Neurosurgery. And he has an interesting story, and I'm going to let him tell the most of it. But Dr. J is president of Jugganathan Neurosurgery, which opened in 2013. Okay. He is the board-certified neurosurgeon and has offices throughout the state. Troy, Bay City, Mount Pleasant, West Branch, Sault Ste. Marie, all the way up top, man.
Yeah.
Where he and his team offer comprehensive state-of-the-art neurosurgery and pain management procedures. Dr. J, oh my goodness, look at the gear. Oh, Dr. J, welcome to the show.
Behind
man.
enemy lines.
Come on.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. Love your show. Love your perspectives.
Thank you for being on and giving us your time this morning. And you know what? You just got to talk about your story, just your connection and your fandom of the Washington Commanders.
Sure. So I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area in the late 80s, early 90s when obviously the Washington team at that time was a dominant franchise. So when I was a kid, when I was growing up, probably similar to a lot of young kids now, this was a time of the generation where if we weren't playing in late January, there was a problem. You know, we kind of expected to be relevant, expected to be in the playoffs. So I grew up with a very similar team to what the Lions have right now. Real strong offensive line, strong running game, fast receivers, big play capabilities from the offense, and expectation to be playing late into the postseason. So and then around the time I hit college, around 1999, the Snyder era happened, and obviously everything changed after that, you know. But yep. I'm a loyal guy, so I believe in sticking with the team that brought you up, you know.
Hey, you know what? Who knows that better than Detroit Lions?
No,
fans?
for real.
I spent time in the DMV at a little school there that was called Columbia Union in Tacoma Park. Played ball there and everything, and so I get a feel for the DMV. I understand what you guys are going through as well, and honestly, it feels the same when I look at this game. A lot of these teams, they kind of marry each other in certain perspectives.
Absolutely.
What up, though, KJ?
No, and Jay, we really appreciate you being on the show today, and it's fun to hear your perspective, you know, like I said, behind enemy lines right now. But, you brought up Daniel Snyder, and we all know the rap on Daniel Snyder, one of the worst, NFL owners in recent memory. And to get rid of a guy like that and just go in the direction that the Washington Commanders have gone, I know you just got to be impressed at how far they've come along in this short amount of time. Can you just speak to that, how you feel as a fan, finally having some success again, having Jaden Daniels looks like a franchise QB for the future?
Yeah, I think, again, boils down to organizational structure, right? I mean, similar to the Lions. I mean, the fact that the first thing they did when the new ownership came in is they brought in Adam Peters, a real GM. So it wasn't just Snyder and his friends kind of choosing who the best, who they thought kind of wasn't like a fantasy league. So they brought in a GM, they brought in a strong coach, and then the first thing they did was to choose the franchise quarterback. And, I think if you look back on the interviews they had, because being in Detroit, I was listening to all the draft stuff. I was going to the draft stuff, but they were really high on Daniels from the beginning. And I wasn't sure. I thought people were talking about Drake May or talking about others, but obviously they looked at it. They kind of looked at analytics and stuff, and they saw something that from their perspective made them think that he was the best quarterback, even better than Caleb Williams. So I think that was obviously the catalyst. I mean, we started off, we were 4 wins last year, so to be at 13 in the second round of the playoffs, I mean, we're playing with house money right now. But you're right. I think running any business, the organizational structure is critical. At the end of the day, it's the culture, you said, that sets everything up. And I think that sometimes gets underrated in sports because we focus so much on the superstars.
Yep. And you know what? Before we actually get down to your perspective of this playoff game, I did want to mention you do live in Bloomfield Hills.
Yeah.
With his wife, Mary, 3 kids, age 6, 9, and 11. Look, I'm a family man, so I respect it. I got 4 kids, so I respect it, man, and everything. But just real quick before we take the gloves off, just if you could, your love for Detroit and Pure Michigan.
Oh, absolutely. So, obviously, our practice is a 5-physician practice. We're based in Michigan. I live in Metro Detroit. We have a big office in Troy. I think the people of Michigan have been good to me and my family, and they trust me with the most important thing in their lives, in all of our lives, which is our health. So I'm permanently indebted to that in spite of whatever sports differences we might have about football. That being said, I moved to Detroit in 2009, so that was at the time when this city was obviously at its lowest point, and it's a pleasure to see the city come up the way it has, to see the fandom, to see the city so vibrant now when you go downtown in anticipation of the game. Unfortunately, my first game at Ford Field was when you guys broke your losing streak on us back in 2009. When we had Hainsworth, and I think that must have been Stafford's rookie year or maybe his second year. So it's kind of a bittersweet experience with my first Lions game, but it's really been a pleasure to see the city and the state come together so much. I was commenting yesterday. I was in the operating room yesterday, and when I came here, I never saw anyone wearing a Lions scrub cap in surgery. And in the OR yesterday, I think I saw at least about a dozen people with Lions scrub caps on. So the culture of the city is completely rallied behind this team. And when I moved here, somebody told me that when you move to Michigan, you're going to see a bunch of NHL Red Wings championships. And I never thought that I would see a Lions Super Bowl more likely to come before a Red Wings Stanley Cup championship here. So that's cool to see.
That is very, very cool to see. You know what? Now it's time.
Yep.
It's time to take the gloves off. Hey, look, we've been talking about this game from our perspective all week. We've been trying to capture the perspectives of like social media, the fans on both sides. But Dr. J, you're here with us right now, a diehard, obviously a Commanders fan. You got the gear on. I'm glad I got the shades on just to dull it just a little bit. We still love you though. But Dr. J, just from your perspective, Lions versus Commanders, how do you see this thing going?
So I would definitely stay away if I was a betting man from this game, but I do think that, unlike you guys, we're going to be a one-dimensional team here. I mean, we've got to win because Jaden takes us through the same way he did in Tampa. I think ultimately for us, it's going to boil down to defense. I mean, if it's a situation where you guys are scoring on every drive, which, we know you're capable of, there's no way we're going to be able to keep up. I think we're going to have to make some defensive plays, some defensive stops. I think, my biggest worry, honestly, is our secondary and the fact that Lattimore, our best cornerback's got a bad hamstring. He's been kind of hampered with that for the last several games. And either one of the top receiver choices is going to be covering, whether it's Williams or St. Brown. Either way, he's going to have a challenge in front of him. Our second best corner is a rookie in Sanders still, so that's going to be another test.
Go Blue.
And then obviously our run defense. I mean, I like Allen and Payne are strong in the middle, but kind of that running on the outside, we do tend to have problems stopping that. So I think the defensive game plan is really going to be the critical part. I think from offense, I mean, we know who the offensive who's going to be the playmaker there. It's going to be Daniels, whether it's through his feet or through passing. Hopefully McLaurin gets open a little bit. I think B-Rob's had a couple of tough games, but I think Eckler is coming back. He's coming back from injury, and he looked pretty good last week. So hopefully he'll be able to pull through, kind of keep up with you guys. And I predict, maybe a closer game than what the point spread says, and maybe hopefully JD has the ball with 2 minutes left and can work some magic for us.
Hey, and you know what? Are you as confident, though, as all the Commanders fans that went viral after winning and everywhere now. They're getting very, very. The vibrato is just swelling. We want Detroit. We want to say, wait. The Commanders fans forget exactly what this team is. Exactly, because I get it. We're all just kind of zoomed in and focusing on our own teams. I must admit, when you look at the stats and you look at the highlights, you're like, ooh, Jaden Daniels, he's kind of nice.
He's nice.
But to the Commanders fans, are you as confident as them, and do you think they know just how good this Detroit Lions team has been despite the injuries?
Oh, trust me, we all know how good the Detroit Lions team is. In fact, if we lose, I want you guys to go and kill Philly next week because I think they're going to win.
Thank you, sir.
The way I look at it is this. We're playing with house money right now, all right? We won 4 games last year, so we're going to come in there loose, hopefully. If we lose 50-0, it's still a successful season for us. The pressure's on you guys ultimately, right? You guys are the team that's had the home field advantage, that has the playoff bye. You guys aren't the old Lions. You're a rejuvenated team that's the most talented team probably in the NFL. So I think the fans are like that because they're loose. They feel they got nothing to lose, and we come to Detroit and maybe we slay Goliath there. You never know.
Hey, you never know, man. You know,
I don't like to hear that.
You brought up pressure, and I do get that. But if it's anybody that can handle pressure, I believe it's Dan Campbell and this Detroit Lions team. And I just wanted to speak to your rushing defense because that's been the big narrative all week is that you guys can't stop the run. And listen, there is talent on this Washington Commanders defense. In particular, Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. Those are some really good defensive tackles. But for some reason, you guys have ranked very, very low in terms of rush defense. Are you worried at all about the running attack of a David Montgomery and a Jahmyr Gibbs coming into a game like this?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think those two guys. The game plan. I think especially Gibbs. He had 4 touchdowns last game, and I'd be really worried about him. I'm equally worried, honestly, about the passing attack. If you look at what Mike Evans did to us last week, I know we pulled it out, but you guys have Mike Evans squared if you look at it with St. Brown and Jameson Williams. So I think both. It wouldn't surprise me to Ben Johnson being what he is. If he throws a bit of a curveball there and tries to do some slants to Amon-Ra to try to set the tone, and then goes maybe in the second half after Gibbs or something like that. But yeah, I do think our run defense is going to be a problem. I think ultimately, they're going to have to make some stops. On the positive end, we do have some leadership. Bobby Wagner's been to some Super Bowls. He's got that pedigree. He kind of has provided that. Even last week, when you look at some of those stops, you look at that fumble that they got with Baker Mayfield. That was all kind of veteran leadership there that was able to kind of jump on that ball and kind of make those plays happen. So hopefully they'll take advantage of some of that stuff this weekend.
And you brought up Mikey Sanders still. Of course, we know him, go blue all the way. And Marshawn Lattimore in that secondary. And that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about next is the Commanders secondary going against this Lions receiving core. You're going against 2,000-yard receivers, one in Jameson Williams, and, of course, one in Amon-Ra St. Brown. And you also have to worry about Sam Laporta. Does that give you any worry or concern at all?
Yeah, that's the thing that worries me the most, honestly. If you look at Lattimore, I was really a fan of that trade when they made it kind of mid-season. But they didn't throw much to him when they played New Orleans against Philly. He was kind of burned by A.J. Brown a few times, and then they actually took him out of the game. And then last week he didn't look great against Evans either. So that does kind of worry me a little bit. I think your guys' offense, even at baseline, has a lot of big play capabilities. And obviously having an injured corner and another corner that's a rookie, although Sanders still does look great, I think that is something that I would that kind of concerns me, especially when you look at the potential for this to be such a high-scoring game and how quickly you guys can score.
Yeah, you know what, Doc? I can't let you go without getting your final score predictions for this game. You got to put it on the wax, Doc. Let's rock.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's going to be a closer game than what people say. I do think you guys are a better team. I think that it's not quite our time yet, although I hope our time's coming, and I hope this is a preview for many NFC championship games to come. But I predict you guys winning 37-34. Again, I predict a big game from Jaden Daniels, and I predict it's going to be a good game to be a punter because I don't think it's going to be. I think we're going to be going for a lot of fourth downs.
Ooh.
I don't know if you want to get into that battle. I'm just saying.
But on the record, you said 37-34 Lions, but you said a good game.
Yeah.
A good game. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
You know what,
Respect.
Dr. J? Respect, man. Respect to Dr. J. Hey, this was awesome having you on. Any last words before we let you go?
No, thanks for letting me be on your show. I enjoy listening to you guys, and hail to the Commanders.
Man, can't end on that. Hey, we appreciate you. Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on.
Hey, we definitely. Thank you. Once again, guys, this is Dr. J. Jugannathan. He is the president of Jugannathan Neurosurgery, which opened in 2013, and he has a footprint all over the state of Michigan, Troy, Bay City, Mount Pleasant, West Branch, Sault Ste. Marie. So he loves Detroit, loves pure Michigan. Has picked the Lions to win. Let's throw some likes on the chat for Dr. J. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you on again.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, have a good day. And you know what? Won't cry. Go Lions!
End it the right way.
hey, who do we have to say what up, though, to? We got Cody Davis in the building as well. Yo, all the guests are in. Let's rock, because we got to break down on the other side of the break. Since you guys said, you know what? Play defense first. We got to talk about the Commanders' offense versus the Lions' defense first.
Yeah, got to.
And the numbers are very interesting. So, who do you want to say what up, though, to? Because I know we got Merch and potentially Lady James.
Actually, you're right on the money. Merch and Lady James. Let me tell you about this merch that we got going on. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Click on that shop tab. New designs every single week. You see Kool-Aid. You see KG wearing the shirts right now. 2024 NFC Champions belts to ass. You know you got the grit Detroit football, and you can't forget about the civilian 16 shirts that are all available right now. Come on, Saturday is almost here. Deck out Ford Field in Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com. All you got to do is click on that shop tab. And you know what? Before you head down, go get yourself a haircut at Lady James.
Hey, listen, man. You already see. Get the merch. Get the haircut. Hey, feel good, look good, dress good for the weekend, because you guys already know Detroit has to put on. All eyes are on Detroit tomorrow. And you know where you can go and get that cut? At Lady James. They take the chart of getting a haircut. Our talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, a relaxing scalp massage, my favorite, the hot lather neck shave.
Why is that your favorite?
And a hot towel treatment.
Towel placement varies.
Ask first, don't suggest. Hey, it's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady James Haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Back-to-back NFC North Division champions. The Detroit Lions are playoff bound and ready to eat the kneecaps of anyone standing in our way. Follow Woodward Sports as we cover the best season in Detroit Lions history. Go Lions!
Talk about pressure, we live in pressure. That's why we freaking thrive. You did it again.
From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. All you got to do is scan that QR code, use code word Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, but all you have to do is place a minimum of a $20 bet. And you know what? If it doesn't hit, they'll throw it right back into your account with no questions asked. Bet on the Lions this weekend, and you know what? It's gonna hit, so don't worry about that $20 coming back, because you're gonna make more. Go over and scan that QR code, use code word Woodward1000. You know what? Make some money this weekend.
Hey, make some money. What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. It's your boy Brandon Day, aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. We got KG, Detroit's #1 draft pick,
yes,
rookie of the year, going for MVP, right?
Yeah.
Hey, because you already got rookie of the year in the bag, and he's already on the way, doing a great job filling in for our brother Flannel Sam Reynolds. We love you.
Yeah.
We're talking Lions versus Commanders, and we got a full packed house today. Cavassier Chasing Sounds, WUW Sports MVP, JB Smooth in the TD booth, Cody Davis in the building.
Shout out.
Detroit News, a Pistons beat writer and reporter, and he's covered NFL too, Houston, Texas. And we got High Def Steph and Summer. And you know what? Let's read off some of these super chats, JB Smooth, and then we're going to get into the Washington Commanders offense versus Detroit Lions defense.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got to shout out Dante151 over here once again. Shout out to you, man. 1999. I don't know why, but I got a feeling that this game tomorrow is going to be, I think that's boring, a boring-ass game. Like the Lions faced the Colts and won 24-6. It's just a feeling I have. Now it's going to be a blowout. Lions 45, Commies 17. What do you guys think?
You know what? As I compile these numbers, man, and let's pull up those numbers now, JB Smooth. The Washington Commanders offense versus Detroit Lions defense.
Oh, yeah.
As I continue to kind of look at the numbers, I was like, you know what? The Lions are about to actually go out there and beat TA, and that's the logical answer.
Yeah, the math not mathing, bro.
The math is not mathing. Hey, listen, look at the math up there. Look at the math. The math ain't mathing.
Come on, man.
And that's my thing. When you kind of look up and down this thing, I don't know if the Commanders fans have been true to themselves. But let's go down the line here. When you look at this defense versus offense, the things that pop out to me is how the Lions' third down percentage, #1 in the league. I was looking at what advantages do they have. And the big thing for the Commanders is that they also play a little bit reckless with their fourth downs. And they definitely push the issue on third downs, which is what's been kind of this thing that's elevated them to the next level. Like the doctor said, and like most of us know, Jaden Daniels is the straw that stirs the drink there for that offense. And so on third downs and on fourth downs, they really put the ball in his hands to go out there and be creative. But we see here that the Detroit Lions are one of the better teams at making this, at stopping this. Where this gets interesting, though, is where they struggled with the mobile quarterback in the past. I have to happen to believe that Aaron Glenn is going to have a masterclass this game. But just kind of looking at this thing overall, just your overall perspective of this matchup right here between the Commanders offense and the Lions defense, because obviously we want to see them get off to a hot start, the defense, man, and stand on their head the first couple of drives.
Absolutely. And the front seven is going to be very, very key in this Lions game right here, because the defensive line is going to have to put some pressure on Jaden Daniels. And I know you're not going to get home all the time, but like we said before, it's about pressuring him. It's about getting the QB hits. It's about staying in his head, because there are going to come moments in this game where he can make very, very crucial mistakes, and you want your defense to be in position if they do that. Also, your linebackers are going to be very key as well. Jack Campbell, you got Alex Anzalone back, and I assume he will be wearing the green dot, but even if he isn't, you have to find a way to be able to limit Jaden Daniels once he gets out the pocket, because their running attack is not consistent. JD5 is their leading rusher. So when your quarterback is your leading rusher, that leads me to believe that you just need to be able to contain him, make sure you're getting around the edges quick enough to bring him down to the ground. And the Lions should be able to hold a Terry McLaurin, who is their only 1,000-yard receiver, in somewhat check.
I'm glad you said that about the running as well, because when you look at the rushing stats here, Jaden Daniels, 891 yards on the season, and the Commanders, they do average 154 yards rushing. That's third in the NFL, but you're right. Rushing-wise, Jaden Daniels, 891. The next closest, Brian Robinson Jr., 799, and then Eckler at 367. It just falls off a cliff. So there is not really a threat when you're talking about their running game, but how dynamic Jaden Daniels has been, that's the question mark here. If you're talking about just lining up, dropping back, handing it off, the Lions are going to win that all day long. when you talk about Jaden Daniels, this is where having another week for Alexander Zaloli, another week back after injury, Jack Campbell, and the triumvirate of safeties we have, that's where my eyes are specifically on them with how they contain Jaden Daniels. And you got to put a hurting on them.
No, absolutely. And, third and short, the reason why they, convert third and fourth downs at a decent rate is because, the short to intermediate routes is what they live off of. In a game like this, I'm not really worried about them beating us deep because our secondary is so good, because our safeties are really good. If you want to try, but when he breaks contain, that's when things kind of get crazy. But that's why I said your linebackers are going to have to get him on the ground very quickly. And your edge guys as well, too. Al-Qaeda Muhammad is somebody that I'm also looking at to maybe kind of have a slept-on game in this one because he has some speed coming off the edge, and he knows how to get quarterbacks on the ground quickly. So I'm interested to see what he does in this game.
Michael Daniel Eckler is trash. He's fumble-prone, too, and frees up in games like this. Just ask the Chargers. But you know what? Eckler aside, the Commanders' offense does pose some big questions. You see them right now. All that they've done to just blow past everybody's expectations is because of how special Jaden Daniels is, not just as a runner, but also his arm. And that's why I asked, even when he breaks contain, because when he does break contain, he's been known to get the ball down the field and make a big play. Not to the tune of a Josh Allen, who it just seemed like he could do it on every single play. But with Jaden Daniels, when you look at what he did in the first playoff game, he elevated a lot of his stats, including the passing. And so that's the one thing there. I do have confidence, though, that our secondary is going to show up. But it's not Carlton Davis back there. It is going to be Amik Robertson. People have some questions of how comfortable is he going to be playing, not Justin Jefferson. I'm like, wait, Amik Robertson been a dog the entire season. Why are we asking that question?
Yeah, I mean, he can play inside, outside, wherever you need him. He's going to be there and he's going to show up. But I'm not really worried about that because if they want to go ahead and take chances like that, then our secondary is absolutely going to eat. And you brought up Josh Allen, and he does have a lot of Josh Allen to him, but he doesn't do it at the consistency that a Josh Allen does. So I'm not really worried about him necessarily. He's somebody who's been known to been inefficient at times. And if you can put that pressure on him, he's one of the more sacked quarterbacks in the league as well. So you put that kind of pressure on him, then we can see him make mistakes. He is a rookie and he's coming into a hostile environment.
I'm glad you said it because the Commanders have given up 50 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
And when you look at what the Lions defense did against the Vikings and them saying, oh, we're now starting to get a rhythm, there were things we were trying to figure out. Why? Because it was a brand new defensive line. When you talk about bringing in a Zadarius Smith and a DJ Reader and exiting a Liam McNeil and an Aiden Hutchinson, and then relying on just a mix of a rotation of other guys. I'm sorry, that's a brand new line.
Yeah, it is. But they've made it work.
They've made it work, but what they're saying is that in the Vikings game, it was more than making it work. Similar to how the Lions offense in game 5 or 6, was it the Cowboys game?
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, there's the offense we've been waiting to see. They're saying that they figured out their defense in that same manner. That's what DJ Reader was saying, and that's what I'm talking about. Because DJ Reader and Zadarius Smith are no slouches.
No, not at all.
Think about the caliber of players they are on the same defensive line. Obviously, if you have a Lee McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, and others out there, and Levi, yes, you're like, yo, this line is going to bang. But I think it's very, very dangerous of anybody opposing the Lions to shortchange what DJ Reader and Zadarius Smith showed, not just in the Vikings game, but kind of even leading up to that as well.
No, absolutely. And the Lions' defensive line, say what you want about them, they make teams one-dimensional. And when you're coming into a game like this with a team that already does not run the ball well, literally, your quarterback is your leading rusher. So he can't do that, drive in and drive out. Yes, he can make plays with his legs, but do you want to consistently just send your quarterback into danger like that? So, I mean, do it at your own risk. If you want to do that, that's fine. But Jaden Daniels is still kind of new at this. And for all the things that he does great, I'm not saying that he hasn't played great. I'm not saying that he isn't a talent. But I'm not worried. This Detroit Lions defensive line is going to make him one-dimensional, and eventually it will be relying upon him making plays with his arm.
Yeah, definitely. Man, high-def stuff looks ready to go. Man. Talk to me.
Yeah, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit.
Hey, let's see that mic, Chase. Hold on. Hey, get me fired up, man.
All right, so listen. All right, so when you talk about Jaden Daniels, right, he does scare me a little bit because pretty much the second half of the season, any quarterback with legs been giving us trouble. Second half of the Bears game, Caleb Williams was killing us with his legs, right? One of the, Josh Allen killed us with his legs throughout the entire game, pretty much.
Yeah.
But we didn't have Anzalone. Anzalone's back now. Maybe that curbed some of those rushing yards from the quarterback. Now, like you said, he's still a rookie. So I think it'll be important for Aaron Glenn not to just say, okay, well, we need to get home on this quarterback.
Right.
We need to blitz him. You need to confuse Jaden Daniels because he hasn't seen everything. So you need to exploit the fact that he's a rookie and he doesn't have much experience. Now, he could still beat you. I don't think he gets rattled very easily. They've won the last 5 games on the very last possession, right? So you don't get to win 5 games on the very last possession if your quarterback is not calm, cool, and collected. Even under pressure, he's one of the better quarterbacks against the blitz. Last week against the Bucs, he threw a ball up the rail to McLaurin between 2 defenders and took a shot when they blitzed him. And I mean, it was just a beautiful thing to watch. It was just beautiful football. If you love watching quarterbacks throw the football, it's like one of those Russell Wilson rainbow balls. It was great. Yeah. But if you can get to him by confusing him, giving him some eye candy pre-snap, and then maybe you blitz him like that, that's where we can really beat the Commanders by more than one possession. Because I think like if we really want to feel comfortable throughout the entire game, we got to beat them by more than one possession. Because if it comes down to the last possession, that's where I don't want to be as a fan.
But you know what?
Want the Lions to win.
You know what, KG, though? Who's been, in terms of blitzes, the master of disguises?
I mean, AG.
There you go.
Come on, man.
You talked about it, too, man, about him being able to, disguise if it's going to be a blitz or if they're going to drop back in coverage. Somebody who just hasn't figured this out, the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. They have routinely beaten them with that type of defense, especially with Iffy. I was, like, when it was him who got that interception, I first thought it was Kirby. Because I was just so used to during that game, they were setting him up. If he was playing really like linebacker or like rushing it into the backfield all game, and then drop back into coverage, and they put more help back there when they knew they absolutely needed a perfect pass. And honestly, the pass was almost there, except for if he was there too. And so it's like when you talk about Aaron Glenn, we've seen him do this. And I do agree with High Def stuff. I believe that there's some stuff we ain't seen yet.
No, absolutely. Yeah. You got to keep something in the tuck for a game like this.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, JB Smooth.
What's up?
Cavassier Chase. I got to get you guys' take as well. We're talking about the offense versus the defense here. Anything else that scares you? Because obviously we're being told that we're disrespecting the Commanders' wide receivers. JB Smooth, are you scared at all about this wide receiver group? Because we do know that Jaden Daniels, though not Josh Allen, it's pretty close, man, and pretty good.
I mean, I'm not scared of this wide receiver core, nor am I scared of Scary Terry as it is. Jaden Daniels is going to be your X factor for this team right here. You're going to need to rely on him every step of this game, whether that's trying to scramble out of the pocket or just taking the ball himself and doing his own thing. We got to shout out the Real K77 sent in a $19.99 super chat. Says, love the content, fellas. Keep it up. Keep up the good work and go Lions as well, too. But like I said, I'm not scared of this wide receiver core. Hell, I barely know the wide receiver core as it is, to be honest with you.
JB disrespecting the Commanders wide receiver.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying you got one person on there that I can really say, all right, that's a legit dude out there. Besides Zach Ertz's old ass, come on.
I mean, he got a point.
Do you know what it feels like to wake up and see like the NFL Network X account and IG accounts literally put out a graphic asking this question: which wide receiver would you take, Terry McLaurin or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
That's a joke.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
from
come
the
on
official account?
Come on now.
Are you serious?
Come on now.
Cody, are they serious? He's over there laughing, bro. Like Cavassier Chase. Anything worrying you? Anything that we should be concerned about from your perspective? Commanders offense, Lions defense.
No. They will not have the ball. Like, that's the thing they do not understand. Like, in order to have the ball, or like, in order to score, you got to have the ball. Like, if, like the whole, like, sell you this pen thing, if you're, if someone asks you to write down your name and you don't have a pen or a pencil, you're not going to be able to write down your name. Like, simply put, like, the Commanders aren't going to be able to score because they're not going to have the ball. And even when they do, our defense is probably going to just shut them down because Jaden Daniels, if he gets outside of the pocket, Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone are some headhunters. Like, they're coming right for him. Like, the way that we saw Jack Campbell just bump it into Caleb Williams' thigh. Like, he's going to give him the Charlie horse every time he comes out of that pocket.
It's going to be more than that.
Yeah, and I got a question for you, KG. When you're talking about Brian Branch and you're talking about Ife Atuimolofonwu, What's the strategy there? Obviously, they're going to need some help cornerback-wise, but we know Brian Branch can do everything, and this is a game where really it's more or less about Jaden Daniels. I get with the Vikings, sometimes you probably send your guys back into coverage more. You probably match up with a little bit more man, but when you do know that this is about Jaden Daniels and maybe one wide receiver, what are you doing with those two kind of wild cards?
I'm so glad High Def Stuff brought up the fact that they are going to disguise coverage. They're going to make it seem at times like Brian Branch is coming up in that nickel. It looked like he might play coverage, then he's going to go. There'll also be times where it looked like he's going to go, he's going to drop back. So you have to be able to interchange your safeties in this manner, and that's something that we've seen Ife Melifonwu like absolutely excel at, is being able to, show when it's time, and be able to peel back in the coverage. And also, if they ask him to go, he is somebody that is going to go, and he 9 times out of 10 is going to get to the quarterback. So it's going to be key for that safety room to do what they have always done. We've seen Brian Branch be all over the field making tackles, and he is somebody that can also lead the team in tackles in this game. So I expect them to do what they always do.
I do too. And what up, High Def Stuff?
No, and I was going to say, just to your point, the last game that we played, you can heat Sam Darnold up, right?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is not as an elite of a talent as Jaden Daniels is, so you can heat him up. Sam Darnold turn back into Sam Darnold. So we saw a strategy from Aaron Glenn that says, okay, we know that Sam Darnold is who he is, so we just going to heat him up. He going to start seeing ghosts again. With Jaden Daniels, we can have a different strategy. We say, okay, we can exploit the fact that he's a rookie. We know that he's an elite talent. We know that he's cool and calm under pressure, but he ain't seen everything.
Right.
A more experienced quarterback probably has seen a lot more defenses, a lot more shadowy type of coverages, like you said. He hasn't. So I think Aaron Glenn got something in the tuck where you could be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna see how much studying you've been doing, young fella.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it would be all right.
Yeah,
I think we got him this week.
Hey, I can't wait. And I saw somebody in the chat said, like, hey, Kool-Aid, who's asking that in terms of, like, Amon-Ra or Terry McLaurin? Do you have the graphic ready?
I don't.
I sent it via Slack. Is it in there?
I don't think it's in there just yet. It might take a second. Hold on.
Oh, let me, you know what? Let me send it to the other one. Because this is from an official NFL network, like, site. And that's the crazy thing. It's in there right now, brother. NFL Game Day.
Yeah. I mean, they got to drive engagement. But
That's
I mean,
not engagement.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It's bulletin board material.
That's really what it is.
That's what it is. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm showing that in the locker room. I'm showing the video of them playing music in their facility, getting ready for the game for crowd noise in the locker room. I'd be like, man, look, you see what they doing right here?
Summer, man, talk to me,
Come
dog.
on, man.
She got that
Come on.
Detroit version.
Come on.
Everybody energy.
Man. I mean, I expect Jaden Daniels to have, like, a great game, but, like, the Detroit Lions, their defense has been clicking on all cylinders, so I think they're eventually going to slow him down.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a win.
I can't. Hey, I love it, man. Everybody's just cool, calm, collected.
Yeah, like, we're not worried.
Not worried at all. Hey, JB Smooth, you got that graphic before we get into the next segment?
Oh, yeah, check that out.
Look at this, Doc. This is what I woke up to this morning. That's what I'm talking. They asked that question.
Which wide receiver would you rather have?
That's not. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm putting that on a T-shirt after this game.
Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
100 yards plus.
Come on.
2 touchdowns.
100 catches plus. No drops. Hold on. That's the stat that they left out, though. No drops. 0. Zilch.
And
Nada.
everybody on the team ate. He didn't care. He didn't care if his yards got eaten into. Everybody on this team ate, and this Lions offense was better forward. When I see Amon-Ra, when he's not getting the ball, you know what I see him doing? Going out there and blocking. Going out there and roughing up the defenders from the other side. It was awesome to see him. Who was it? Was it Xavier McKinney or somebody else? I forget who it was, but Amon-Ra went right off the line and just popped his helmet off. And then my man started complaining.
Right.
And the ref let him play it out. It's like, I love that type of stuff from Amon-Ra. You don't really get that from the other guys. You find me a wide receiver with the edge of Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. You're not going to find it.
And one thing that's not on that stat sheet is the fact that he comes up big when you need him. I mean, golf to St. Brown is like death and taxes at this point, especially when you're in a situation where you need to drain clock or you need to get that 3rd or 4th down. You know you have a reliable target in 14 that's going to go out there and do what he always do, man. So I'm not worried at all, man. We know what we got down here.
Yep. Mr. Reliable. Didn't he and Jared Goff, I think they connected for like 30+ straight completions.
Yeah, completion. Something
record.
Crazy, bro.
Something crazy. But you know what, JB Smooth? Let me know what friends we got to say what up, though, to them. We're going to talk about this Lions offense versus the Commanders defense. There's some interesting numbers there for the Commanders defense, and I believe some of it might have to do with the pace that they play at more so than the strength of their defense. But we're going to talk about it because there are some things on that defensive line that could cause a little bit of trouble for the Lions.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I got to tell them about jars, though. But first off, shout out to Crayons for Breakfast for sending in another super chat.
Shout
$5. He says, Jaden may as well be QB of a D2 team coming in here. I'm supposed to be scared of old dudes and no names with an all right quarterback. It's Detroit versus nobody.
Detroit versus nobody?
Detroit versus nobody.
Dog, let's go.
Yeah,
like
damn.
Shout out to Crayons for Breakfast
Stand
for
on
that.
business,
You know,
man.
you have to put that on the shirt, man. That is kind of fire. But all right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. It's home to Michigan's largest line of recreational cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, 9 locations alone in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby you. And don't fear, because if you live in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, Michigan, stores are popping up very, very soon. It's Jars Cannabis. You want to get high?
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Fuel that Detroit sports fandom, especially them Detroit Lions, with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com, choose your favorite roast, and use code Woodward. Hey, you guys already know Woodward Sports is hooking you up. You get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Welcome back to Wake Up Woodward. We were discussing the Commanders' offense versus the Lions' defense. A lot of us, I wanted to see the Lions' offense get the ball first, but I can understand putting the defense out there, maybe rattling Jaden Daniels early, and getting yourself ahead.
You also
very early.
You also get that crowd into it early, man, by deferring, man. And that's something that you want them to experience early and often. They practice it with crowd noise. Like, come on, man.
That's a good
You
point.
got to give them a taste
early. You get the Lions fans on 150%.
Yep.
You know what? I like that. And you know what? We got the rest of the crew in here. Kavasi Chase on Sounds, Woodward Sports MVP, JB Smooth on TD, High Def Steph, that is Detroit Pistons official DJ, Wayne State, Motor City Cruise, everywhere, man. Events, all-star games, all that. We got Summertime in the building. She's interviewed everybody from J-Mo to Sonic and Knuckles to Kay Cunningham to Clarissa Shields, the GWOAT. Hey, it's just even more, man. But we got Cody Davis, my bro. I'm glad to have you here on the show. Detroit News beat writer for the Detroit Pistons. He's also covered the Houston Texans. You still talking. I be seeing you.
Yeah.
You still like doing that stuff. I see it, man. Houston Texans. I still see your Houston Rockets comments as well. Shout out to you, Cody Davis, man. Overall, great person.
Appreciate it, man. And I just want to say, I know y'all about to talk Lions and Commanders defense, but I do want to say on the Jaden Daniels standpoint, look, Jaden has had a phenomenal rookie season. I mean, I think we can all agree. If you look back in history, you could say that he had a top 5, top 10 rookie season for a rookie quarterback. However, I do want to mention this as somebody who literally watched another quarterback who had a phenomenal rookie campaign last year in CJ Stroud. I do want to say that I do believe that the Lions are definitely in a position where they're going to come out victorious, because I do think this is when you really start looking at experience literally being the one of the most, if not the most important factor in terms of these quarterbacks in the divisional round. Because last year, once again, we in Houston, we saw CJ Stroud had a phenomenal year. I'm talking about from week 4 all the way down to when they defeated the Cleveland Browns in the wild card game. They went to the Ravens in Baltimore, divisional round, and CJ did not look the same, and it was because like you guys mentioned, you know, I think the Ravens at the time, they had like a top 3, top 10, top 3, top 5 defense, and we literally saw them throw a lot of things at CJ that he did not see before, and that threw him off his game. And once you got CJ off his game, you got that offensive line off his game, you kind of contain the wide receiving core and stuff, everything just went left for the Houston Texans, and that's how they ended up losing 34-10 to Baltimore last year. And when I look at the Commanders, when I look at Jaden Daniels, every time I see them, I'm like, look, they are the Houston Texans of last year, and I think their season will come to an end tomorrow because the Lions. But it is because the Lions, man. I really do think like the Lions have been the best team in the league on both sides of the ball, and it also comes back to the coordinators like Aaron Glenn. The Detroit News had me at that game against the Minnesota Vikings helping out with coverage, and I'm literally watching Aaron Glenn put together a defense that basically like you said earlier made Sam Darnold go back to seeing ghosts, and not only that, you go back and you take a look at how good the Minnesota Vikings are. Just really quick, I want to say it was week 4, week 5. Week 4, week 5. The Texans went to Minnesota and played against the Vikings, and they got demolished. And we all know that the Texans have a top 5, top 10 defense. We saw what they did last week. However, I look at it from a standpoint, the Texans could not figure out what to do with the Vikings offense, but the Lions were able to do it. So I look at it from a standpoint, man, with that defensive coordinator, with the talent that they have, with the guys that they got up front. I mean, that's why you go out and get Smith. That's why you go out and get DJ Reader for moments like this. And I really do think like the Lions, they're going to take care of business tomorrow.
Bro, you got me fired up right now.
That was
Talk
great.
that shit, Cody.
Talk that shit. Bro, that's what you were sitting on? Cody, when you enter the studio, just
take the microphone. Bro.
I can't do it like that.
I'm fired up right now. You know what? It got me even more fired up. JB Smooth, let's put up the Lions offense versus the Commanders defensive stats on the season. This is what I call boat race.
Yes, sir.
This is a boat race. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful because you already know who's number 1 in points per game.
The Lions.
The Detroit Lions, man. The Detroit Lions. 3rd down conversion, 4th in the league. 3rd down red zone conversion, 3rd in the league. Guess what? The Commanders' defense, 22nd in the league when it comes to red zone percentage.
That's not good.
That's not good. What did the Lions do in the red zone? They scored touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
And who's been able to keep them out of the red zone consistently?
Not a lot of people.
Nobody. Does anybody have any concerns about the Commanders' defense keeping the Lions out of the red zone?
Absolutely not. Nope. And listen, it ain't even got to be in the red zone. I think they'll just have trouble from a whole field standpoint, bro. Like it's going to be hard to stop that. And when you look at the rushing attack, and I hate to be that guy to keep pointing it out, but it's just such a drastic difference in the rush yards for the Lions and then the rush defense for the Commanders.
Yeah.
That just plays into our hand. That's our ultimate strength is running the football. And if you don't respect it, that's fine. We can kill you that way. I brought this up yesterday, but if you do, and you got to start moving some of your people up, that play action pass is going to be on the money in a game like this. So they got some things to figure out. You got some business decisions to make.
You do. You know, it's funny because I was talking with a Commanders fan. I was like, look, man, we got the second, in terms of passing yards, we're number 2 in the league.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, our passing defense is number 3. I was like, that's because everybody runs it on you, not because you're stopping anybody from passing. What are you talking about? When people want to go off, they go off. And you know who has the propensity to go off? Jared Goff. Yeah. He, to me, in terms of players, has been the most disrespected person in all of this. We talk about this whole question of Terry McLaurin and Amon-Ra. Okay, sure. So the stats might be somewhat where there's an argument, but we understand the context to it. But Jared Goff, who's been a top 5 quarterback, and despite the 5 interception game against Cody Davis's Texans, I see over there because I'm still a dub. We was eating W's that game. If this man still finds himself in MVP conversations, that's the thing to me. It's like when you look at all of these numbers here, this is where I'm just like, you guys are gonna line up and really think you're gonna stop this? Do you understand how many players got 1,000 yards and all of them are playing in this game?
Yeah, and you know how many times I heard yesterday that, the Washington Commanders have the better of the quarterback matchup. And I'm like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? People would much rather take a man with no real resume, and this is no disrespect, but he does not have a real resume yet. They would much rather take that over what Jared Goff and this Lions offense has been able to provide all season long, man. I think that's absolutely crazy. Jared Goff.
Talking about Goff like he's like Lions John Kitna.
Hey,
listen. I hear these narratives and it's like, y'all, it's crazy. My man is throwing up perfect halves, perfect games, perfect back-to-back drives.
But
what do people want?
That's what it is. It's the efficiency. That's what people are not seeing. You want the flashy plays. Yep. How about a person that goes and makes plays? That's what Jared Goff does for you, man.
He just makes the play.
Say what you want about all the talent around him. I want to see you go out there with the Lions offense and get the ball to the receiver every single time. You can't do it. It's a hard thing to do, and that man does nothing but execute. So I'm sorry, man. JD5 is impressive. He's not Jared Goff, not by a long shot.
That's the point. When I looked at the ratings, when you look at what Jared Goff has been able to do, because people make this whole notion of mobile. Listen, Jaden Daniels is not just a mobile quarterback. He is a running quarterback.
Yeah.
When you look at Jared Goff and the things he's been able to do to at least when the pocket starts to break down around him, to be able to buy himself another down or make the big play, Jared Goff has been that guy. Mm-hmm. He's only been sacked. The Lions have only given up 33 sacks on the year. Mind you, comparison to 50 for Jaden Daniels. And remember, last week, Jaden Daniels got pretty beat up in that game.
And Jared
Goff, the shortest amount of rest, too.
And Jared Goff is also a quarterback that can beat you pre-play, pre-snap. He's beating you with his mind. He's seeing what you're doing in coverage. He's calling it out, and he's calling a better play on top of that. So I'm just, y'all keep playing with Jared Goff, man. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I understand he ain't got all the sizzle that you want, but he is going to make plays, and he is going to make plays when it matters.
I think he's going to show out. Kavasi Chase been in there on high energy. And I just, Kavasi Chase.
I think he's vibing to the music, too.
He's in there just
return to the Mac going on right now.
What up, though, bro? Lions offense versus Commanders defense. I really feel like Jared Goff has been the most disrespected Lions player on both sides throughout all of this coverage, man.
You guys ever seen Snowfall? Jared Goff's going to be rolling in like Franklin. Just bodies, more bodies.
More boy Franklin say.
It's over, bro. I don't know how you think like this Commanders defense is going to, like, they're going to be on the field the whole game. They might see triple-digit snaps. They're going to see so much playing time. I mean, like, they're going to get more playing time than Derrick Henry had touches in high school. Look up the numbers. It's insane. Like, this defense is going to be living on the field. And I mean, it's going to be a fun day to be a Detroit Lions fan. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. I can't wait, man. JB Smooth, I see you over there with the smirk on your face, and I see Broder in the chat. Shout out to our brother Broder. We talking about this Lions offense and the matchups. We can just roll out the numbers if we want to, but obviously we have a whole lot more than numbers and a whole lot of context to what this team actually is and who Jared Goff has been as a quarterback. And what this team has been, like, just the moxie. You talk about, when you just talk about dogs on both sides of the ball in the trenches and such, when I can say names like Penei Sewell and Jared Goff and Amon-Ra and J-Mo and David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, just pack up and go home. Yeah. And that's just half of them. I could state more. It's not even like I said Sam Laporta. You know what I'm saying? I can state more. When you look at our special teams even, go and look at the NFL stat leaders. Who are you going to see as the leaders on that front page for special teams? Khalif Raymond. You're going to see Jake Bates. Yep. You're going to see Jack Fox. Yeah. And then they also got Kirby on there because he's the league leader. Right. Because they had all the league leaders. But for special teams, it's all Lions players. Everything favors them. And you know what? These guys have shown up throughout pressure moments all season. Why? When they started getting injured, but they decided that they still had and they wanted to retain and keep their expectations rather than fold up shop like the 49ers. Yeah. Bro, they kept all the pressure on themselves. At that point in time, you have to win. There is no excuse. You got to go out there and you got to get it. And that's the pressure they've played underneath almost the entire season. The playoffs ain't no pressure for them right now.
I'm trying to tell you, they've shattered every single narrative that you've had about them. So if you don't believe it by now, it is what it is. They're the number one seed in the NFC for a reason and really looking like the team that is going to get to the Super Bowl to maybe face off against the Kansas City Chiefs. And listen, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. They still got to go out there and execute, but I expect them to go out there and execute. You've had an extra week to prepare for this team. This is the only team that you have not faced. So I think because of that, they would do the most study on a team like this. They got a plan, bro. They are going to be prepared, and you're coming into a very hostile Ford Field environment. So
before JB Smooth talks, just real quick for KG, though, who is your MVP? Obviously, for me, Jared Goff is going to be the MVP of this game. For you, who is the MVP of the offense?
Oh, I think it's going to be J-Mo, bro. I really think it's going to be J-Mo, and you'll kind of see that influence later on in the Swisher break. But J-Mo is somebody that the Washington Commanders, they haven't seen that type of speed, and Gibbs is already going to provide something in the backfield. So you need to be able to kill them over the top with J-Mo. Marshawn Lattimore, their secondary, while they have talent, I don't feel that they can keep up with somebody like Jamison Williams, especially when he's streaking across the field or, going up the seam. So we'll see how it looks.
Yep, and just real quickly, you said J-Mo, high def stuff?
I say J-Mo.
Hey, what about you, Cody and Summer? Who's you guys' offensive MVPs?
Man, probably J-Mo or Jared Goff.
Yeah. Ooh, Cody, who you think, man?
I'm gonna say David Montgomery.
Ooh,
I like that.
And it's not because I don't think he's gonna come on and have 25 carries for like over 100 yards, but I think the addition of him is going to give the Lions extra motivation to go out there and take care of business, like from that emotional standpoint. Because look, I mean, a couple weeks ago we was all sitting here looking like whether or not Montgomery was going to be out for the season, and to see him rehab or whatever he did in order to come back this fast, but to see him come back and knowing that he was a full participant throughout this whole entire week at practice, I think that's going to give the Lions, just that extra oomph that they need on that offensive side of the ball. And, whether he's limited or whether he go out there and get all his normal snaps, but we know 9 times out of 10, he's going to be limited. Like, whatever he's going to be able to do just for his teammates to see him on the sideline with them, that's going to do wonders for them as well.
It's huge.
That's huge. You know what, Kavasi Chase, who is your MVP before we throw it over to JB Smooth?
I'm going to stick with J-Mo. I've been talking about him all week, and the just that matchup potential of being covered by Marshawn Lattimore on the outside. I don't think he has any chance whatsoever of keeping with him, being able to cover him, especially on just a straight-up go route. Like I said, if you just tell J-Mo to run in a straight line and Jared Goff throws it as far as he can, I think it's going to be money, just easy bread and butter anytime Marshawn Lattimore is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage if they don't put a safety over the top. And I think J-Mo's going to go off. I think like 130 yards at least from scrimmage.
What about you, JB Smooth? Your offensive MVP, and just rap about it, man.
I mean, you guys keep talking about my godson, J-Mo, right now. Hey, shout out to Chase once again. As he said, if you send J-Mo on a straight line, tell Jared Goff just to throw it down the field. Fuck it, J-Mo down there somewhere. He will be down there, and guarantee you it's going to be instant touchdown, as we said yesterday as well, too. Shout out, Insta-bomb. Shout out to Crayons for Breakfast once again for sending in $2 super chat. He said, Washington's defense has one ass cheek and 3 toes. Belts to ass right now. Belts to ass. As you said before, you guys have rattled off the stats over and over again. We don't have to keep going through them. But you just name off the names of this offense, and just every single person is a playmaker if given the opportunity. And it's like you flip the other side and you look at Washington. Yeah, JD5 is going to have to do everything to keep this Washington Commanders team in this game. The rest of the team, he's looking at them like, hey, you got to step up. You got to help me out. I can't do this all by myself. But that's what it's going to come down to on Saturday, him doing it all by himself. And this is not a one-man game.
Yep, definitely. You know what? Shout out to Jahmyr Gibbs as well. I know nobody picked him for MVP, but I still believe he's just going to show out. I
think he's going to have a game.
I feel like all of us just feel like he's just going to do what he do.
Yeah, he's just going to do what he does.
Listen, if Jameson, we're all in agreement, it's unanimous pretty much that it's going to be J-Mo. That means that this game over. If this J-Mo, this game is over. He gives such a juice because he makes such big splash plays. And if we getting big splash plays, that demoralizes the other team, makes them prone to make mistakes on the other side of the ball trying to keep up with us. But my last point, which Dan Quinn are we going to get in this game, right? Are we going to get the head coach from the Super Bowl that lost to Tom Brady, that gave up the biggest comeback in NFL history in the Super Bowl, or are we going to get the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys or the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks that won the Super Bowl? So he got a lot of experience as a head coach, right? So which one are we going to get? He's going to have to pick his poison because at the end of the day, we got too many weapons. So if he get lucky and he picked the right game plan or the right people to key in on our offense, and that Ben Johnson and cooked up, but I think Ben Johnson got a bigger bag. You know what I'm saying? He got a bigger bag. We gonna be all right. It just depends on what Dan Quinn we get in this game. He got a bag. He got that Santa bag. He got that Santa bag with gifts in it.
Dog, man, you're over there preaching, man. And you know what? I believe that this is a game as well for the Lions. Just before we head to the next segment, because I'm excited for this Lions-themed Swish or Brick. It's Swish or Break on the way, you guys. It's one of my favorite segments, and people are loving the Pistons ones as well. So shout out to the people, man. I can't wait to get into that. But, man, I do believe this is going to be a big day for the Lions special teams and Lions getting turnovers. They play clean, win the turnover battle, and I believe the special teams is going to be superb. Whether it's Khalif Raymond with a big return. He is he had the most yards returned this year. Or whether that's Jack Fox, flipping the field, or Jake Bates bombing a 50-yard field goal.
However you want it, man, we can give it to you. Pause.
But it's the truth. So
JB, before we go to break, I see a super chat in there.
Oh, yeah. Can I read this one off for you? Shout out to Dante151. Once again, another super chat, $9.99. Jared Goff is the Terminator. You think he's dead, but nope, he comes back and back to get your ass. Also, raise your finger up to the tribal chief, Mr. One, Penny Sewell. Let's freaking go.
Hey, let's go. I'm fired up, man. Let's rock. And I almost want to say if we can reach a certain goal, I'll dye my beard blue.
Oh, wait a minute.
Honolulu blue.
Oh, shit. You wildin' out.
I would. For one amount, it'd be for the Lions game. And for another amount, it'd be for however long I think the crew thinks it should be for.
Oh, shit. The rest of the playoffs, dog.
Yeah.
We might, you know what? We might have to do
that's
this.
a month.
During the break. During the break, I ran this by Queen Kool-Aid. She does not want this to happen, but she's for it happening if the people are for it happening.
Hey,
we'll talk about it over break.
Let the people speak for themselves, man. This is better than the idea I had. I said we was gonna cut Chase's finger off live on air.
Yesterday he was trying to get me out my clothes too. Like I said, I'd run around the building.
I'm just trying to make. Hey, bro. Everybody else take your dirty tactics. Shout out to the heavyweights. That episode yesterday is being heralded as the best WSN episode of all time.
This is the best Detroit media
that
ever.
shit was crazy,
that was
bro.
wild, bro.
Man,
shout out to the heavies. But hey, I'm telling you, I will go Honolulu blue. We'll set it over the break. I'll let JB and Chase kind of cook up some of these terms.
Yeah, take that, Spike and Henrietta. Take that.
But the term, one amount will be just for this game. The other amount will be for the entire playoffs. Let's get this thing. Going, man.
Let's do it.
These guys.
I swear. Terrell Lamar, we good, Kool-Aid. Me too. But who got to say what I'm done to?
Mark White and Soroki's.
Mark White and Soroki's. Mark White. I know y'all dreaming of that new house, man. Maybe you want to get closer to downtown, man, because you just want to feel the vibes of everything going on in the city right now. And Mark White, they got some homes for you. Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay for up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, $5,000. Call them today, 248-290-8242, or go to markwhitesales.com. Again, shout out Flannel Sam, 248-290-8242, or go to markwhitesales.com to make those housing dreams come true. And then you can celebrate with a nice dinner from Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, one of our great sponsors here at Woodward Sports. They always hook us up for game day. Looking forward to them doing that again this weekend. Y'all need to get in here. During the playoffs, they got these signature wings. They are here for a limited time, man. So get down there. Make sure you get these wings. They are to die for, man. I would not lie to you. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza.
Lemon pepper
wings.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for fitness.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This
guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network.
I am getting so amped up for the playoff watch party and the playoff post-game show. Live at Gillies Clubhouse, man. This is in downtown Detroit. Usually we're at Hayes Social, and if you are out on that side of town, you can still go to Hayes Social and watch the game and be amongst Detroit Lions fans as well. But if you are out in downtown Detroit and you are not at the game, I'm telling you guys, if you're anywhere in the vicinity, hey, get there, tap in though. Live at Gillies Clubhouse. We kick things off with the heavyweights and other Woodward Sports personalities. It's going to be a festive environment, a festive time. I can't wait, bro. Like, I'm fired up. I'm pumped up. And right after that, we get things going with the post-game show, victory post-game show. We're just going to call it what it is. We're sticking Anson. All of this is brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Charlie, your local long drink, 1800 Tequila, Soroki's and Sabbath Coffee, and Gillies Clubhouse. Can't wait to see you guys there.
It's sold out, man. Hey, sold out.
It is sold out. Sheesh. Be tapped in for next week, man. We'll keep you guys posted. Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursday during Ermanni and Everett, where he's offering top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. What up, though, people? Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for kicking off today with the WUW Crew. And you know what? we just gonna end the show with Swisher break and then our final score predictions. Let's get into it, and we'll commute it a little bit. Too.
Okay, bet.
So
yeah.
we can get through all the questions.
I got about 5 of these, so you all know what it is. Swisher brick and JB. If you may throw up that beautiful graphic
So
that we
there will
love
be
to
a
look
statement,
at.
because I don't know if Cody's done one Swisher brick yet. There will be a statement made, maybe a little bit of context, and then we'll each just say swish or brick.
Sound good.
Let's rock.
And we will read off some of the
answers.
answers.
Your goal that you want to go for right now?
Hey, you know, man, if the people are down for it, we'll definitely dye the beard blue. For how much, man? How much is the super chats for the people have to do?
I say $100.
$100? All right. If for the playoffs, how much? If it's the whole thing, that would be about a month.
That's a month.
That shows. That's going to church.
Yeah.
That's taking. Hey, look, man. That's celebrating my daughter's $1, my first birthday.
You gonna look crazy with a blue beard, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You gonna look wild.
Hey, you know what?
$100 super chat. You dye it for the game tomorrow. What do you say? $200 for the rest of the playoffs?
Let's go. Let's
Sound
rock,
good to
man.
me.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Hey, people, let's rock. Like I said, at the end of the day, we are in competition with the rest of our Woodward sports shows and such. And shout out to you guys for supporting. I know the heavyweights, man. They got a lot. They got hundreds, maybe well over 1,000.
All time yesterday. All time performance by them.
Shout out to the chat family, though,
crazy.
man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. But let's get into the Swisher break because I know our time is running out.
Yeah.
This show just blew by. Chat family's been awesome. Let's go, man. Let's get a double like
Chase,
man. Let's run
play me some pimping, man. And mid-May, shout out to you, Swisher Brick. The Pacers are some hoes. That's another. That's right. That's another conversation. That's another conversation for another time. Hey, that's another combo for another time. But to kick us off right now, this is a Lions playoff edition Swisher Break. The Lions need to create turnovers in order to beat the Commanders. Swisher Brick.
Brick. They don't need to. If they don't create any turnovers, I still believe they have enough. But brick.
Okay.
All right, let's go around. Hey, let's start with Cody.
I'm gonna say switch only because if they create turnovers, especially early, that's definitely going to get the Commanders out of their rhythm, especially with a rookie quarterback.
Hey, let's go.
Jay Bizzle. Summer. Sorry, I'm skipping over the count.
Me? Oh, yeah. All right, repeat the question. Let's go.
The Lions need to create turnovers in order to beat the Commanders. Swisher Brick.
They don't need to create turnovers to beat the Washington Commanders. We can score with anybody. We can put up 40 points, and they could put up 35. So we don't need turnovers. We'd like to have turnovers. It'll be a boat race. We get turnovers. I tell you that.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact.
That's game time. We get one turnover, the game is over.
All right.
JB Smooth.
Oh, we're skipping over Summer.
Summer again. Summer.
That's hard. I gotta go with brick.
Okay.
All right.
A lot more bricks than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm liking this so far.
I'm
liking it so far.
Now JB Smooth.
Okay. This is a brick for me as well too. The Lions don't need to create turnovers. The Commanders will just give them turnovers. That's how it is.
That's the voice of reason. Kavasi and Chase is just on one right now, dog.
Oh, it's a brick, and the Lions don't need no Blue Chew to get bricked up either. This is going to be easy money. Doesn't matter if we have like one turnover, two turnovers, none. This is our game. You're coming into our house. The house always wins.
No Blue Chew needed.
Dog.
Bro. The chat. I'm seeing a lot of bricks, man, in the chat, but I do see some people who are saying switch as well.
Yeah.
But it looks like it might be a little split. A little split, man. But there was a rash of bricks that just entered the chat.
The booth is on point, bro. I mean, I can't do no better than that.
The booth's on fire.
The Lions don't need them, but will they get them? I think they will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Let's rock.
So, all right, number 2.
I want to get through all of these questions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. We got you. Number 2, the Lions will hold the Commanders to under 20 points. Swish or brick?
Swish! Do you guys understand how many times they've done this? Half the season they've held teams to 20 and under.
Okay.
9 points 4 or 5 times as well. 17 points. It's like this is what they do. This is what Aaron Glenn does. Right now, I believe they're letting up 20.1 points per game. I don't believe that the Commanders are going to break 20.
Okay.
At all.
All right, Cody. What you got?
Swish. Aaron Glenn, the end.
Me next. All right.
Swish is the only right answer.
Let's go.
That.
Swish.
I was gonna say Swish.
Oh my God.
Let's get this book
JB.
going.
Hey, Swish, come on now. It's, as Summer said, it's the only right answer. Let's be real.
Chase. Do we even have to go to Chase?
No, you got
Right.
I'm in the chat. It's a bunch of switches. Dante 151 mega switch.
Swish. We got 12 players on defense. Why? Because we at home. You got it.
Hey,
Let's
that's a
go
fact.
one prime.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Come on, man.
Hey, that's a fact, and it's Slapfest right now, and we gotta just be real about it. This is a swish for me as well.
That's a swing cash swish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
oh yeah.
shout
Man.
out to the shot.
No disrespect though. No disrespect to Commanders. Y'all had a nice season, but number 3.
It's not nice.
We gonna see where people are at on this one. J-Mo will lead the offense in receiving yards and will score. Swish or brick?
Ooh, that means that him and Amon-Ra gonna have over 100.
I'm just asking about J-Mo right now. J-Mo will lead the offense in receiving yards and will score.
Swish.
It's a little reluctant. It's a little reluctant.
Bro, it only takes literally 1 or 2 plays for him. And in a game like this, we've seen the Lions when they just need to play like their offense is kind of not hitting the rhythm, and then all of a sudden, boom, Jared Goff to J-Mo out of nowhere, and then they're strutting, and it's just like, you know what? Swish.
All right, Cody.
Let's go. I was trying to make it make sense, bro, because it's gonna be a lot of yards.
I'm gonna go with Swish, definitely.
Swish. Okay. Summer.
Swish. I mean, we did say he was gonna be MVP, so.
Okay.
Swish.
He's on Swish.
Of course, I told you if J-Mo score over 100 yards, catching the ball, he might even run one in on an end around or something like that.
you
Might be
never
a
know.
flea flicker or something. He scored a touchdown, the game is over. Put that in your parlay. Come on.
I done seen some bricks in here too.
I
now.
see a couple.
I done seen some bricks. It's a legion of bricks in there. It's a legion of bricks. But JB, what you got right now?
Jared Goff could throw this ball blindfolded. J-Mo down there somewhere. That's how it's going to be all game. So this is Swish.
All right, Chase.
That's a swish, bro. J-Mo's gonna be on his Diana Ross, bro. He's coming out. He wants the world to know.
Chase got lines for days, bro.
Yeah.
Lines for days.
That's what we got 2 more.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
everybody,
bro, we're working
everybody's
through it.
shooting great from the field right now, man. That is a switch for me too.
All right, let's get through these next 2 because we got to get the final score prediction.
All right, number 4. The secondary will be the unit that will have the most impact in this game. Swish or brick?
I'm gonna go linebackers. Brick.
Okay.
No.
You sure about that?
No. I gotta go Swish. I believe it's gonna be that triumvirate of safeties that are just gonna show out. I think after this game, we are gonna be talking about how special they are. Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell, they're gonna do their job, but I believe that the extra pressure they force is going to force the Commanders to make some mistakes right into the hands of Kirby Joseph.
It could very well be that way.
I gotta go Swish.
All right, you going Swish, Cody? Let's see your answer. I'll ask it one more time. Or the secondary will be the unit that will have the most impact in this game.
I'm gonna actually go with Brick. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to the big guys up front on the defensive line.
Okay, I like that. Summer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brick.
Okay.
High def.
I'm gonna go brick too. I think it's gonna be the linebackers.
Linebackers. I was conflicted.
All right, JB.
I gotta go with Swish on this in secondary. Kirby picks incoming.
I'm seeing
Can
a lot
I get
of
the question
bricks.
one more time?
Oh, the secondary will be the unit that will have the most impact in this game. Swish or brick?
I'm gonna go with brick. I'm gonna go with the linebackers. I think Anzo and Jack Campbell are gonna be like some Moyles, just ripping people's heads off.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad answer. I was conflicted, man. What up, though?
It's tough, man. This is tough. No, I'll say the linebacking core. So I'll go brick with this one as well. The final one, Jahmyr Gibbs will score the most touchdowns on offense. Swish or brick?
Swish. I can see him getting at least 2 touchdowns in this game.
All right.
And I believe he's going to wind up. I can see him at least getting 2.
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's go.
Cody?
I'm gonna say Swish. I'm still in all about that performance he put on in Week 17. To be honest with you, that was remarkable.
I think he's getting 3.
Summer?
I'm gonna go Swish. He's been showing out all season, so definitely that.
High def?
All right, I'm gonna go with brick. I think the Commanders want to see Jahmyr Gibbs run all over them like he did the Vikings in Week 17. So I feel like they've been looking at a lot of tape on him, and they're going to try to take him away. So I'm going to go Brick.
Okay, who would you say would score the most touchdowns on offense?
I'm going to get that to J-Mo.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
JB?
Get that to J-Mo.
Hey, I got to roll with High Def Steph on this one. This is a brick for me. I do think Gibbs will get in the box, as well as Monty, a little goal line score right there. But J-Mo will come out on top of this one with 2 of them.
All right, Chase.
Can I get the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs will score the most touchdowns on offense.
Oh, yeah, Swish.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I got to go Swish here, too. I don't see how they keep up with that speed out of the backfield. You already can't stop the run. You're getting Monty back, and Gibbs is really going to be able to show out now that he doesn't have to have that wear and tear that Monty is going to be able to take on. So
Yeah. Was that question number 5?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I know. I could have did more, man.
Let's rock. Good job, too.
Hey, appreciate that.
Good job, man. Hey, good job to the crew. And now we got to get into the final score predictions. And JB Smooth, I know that you have a little bit of something as well planned. I guess we have a little bit of time. So when you get to your prediction, we'll save you for last. You can also kind of help the people make a little.
Yeah, we can do that.
Dope. But for me, I think this is going to be a game where the Lions put up 38 points. They're going to let Jake Bates have 3. Hey, get him some game action. It's, the Lions as number 1 seed. We've never seen this before. So let everybody get some run. But I do believe that this is going to be a game where no matter what the combination is, the Lions are going to score 5 touchdowns in this game. Period.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a boat race. I'm looking at this thing being 38-17. I see the Commanders making mistakes, and I see the Lions just having a game plan that they can enforce a little bit better than the Commanders can because we got more dogs than they got.
Yeah.
All of our guys are in conversations as being the best players in the NFL when you look at our top guys. 4 all-pro guys first team, 2 that made the second team, and guess what? Brian Branch wasn't even included in that. Anzalone could have made that. Who else was left off of there? I'm forgetting somebody. Jahmyr Gibbs was left off of that as well.
Yeah.
We got dogs all over the field. Sam Laporta. So it's just like, hey, look, how do you want it? How do you want it? What about you, brother?
Listen, man, we in the same ballpark. I just feel like, and listen, if I look stupid after today, if they come out there and actually show the Lions up, y'all get all the credit in the world. But these 2 teams are just on different planes right now. Jaden Daniels, for everything that he does very well, hero ball with Jaden Daniels is not going to win you this football game. And I'm not worried about anybody else on this Commanders offense beating us. I'm not worried about anybody on the Commanders defense stopping the Lions offense consistently throughout a whole game. They're not ready for that level of physicality either. So I got 34-17. I think the Lions come out, they put 4 touchdowns up. You're going to see Jake Bates a couple times. And we're going to get out of Ford Field and get ready for that next round.
Let's rock. Hey, Cody. Summer, High Def, we saw with Cody. What's that final score prediction for you?
I got Lions winning 34-10. I just want, like I mentioned earlier, this is just one of those games where experience is definitely going to be the deciding factor, probably the most important factor. And then like the coordinators, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, man, I just think they football minds together is phenomenal. And Jaden Daniels look like top 5, top 10 rookie quarterback season of all time, but at some point it's going to turn into him not having enough experience, not seeing everything that this league has to offer, and knowing how great the Lions has been on that defensive side of the ball, even with the injuries. I just think it's going to be a little bit too much for him to overcome.
Hey, that's a word. Summertime. What up, though?
Man, I gotta either say 34-17, or even like a 31-9.
Hey, you know what? I can see it.
Same as the Vikings game. Right. Same as the Vikings game.
She was like, defense is going to be even better.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm not mad at that.
Look, if you had to put one on wax, which one is it? 31-9? Let's rock. Put them in a body bag. High def
in
stuff.
our house, too. So.
All right, well, Vegas had the spread at 8.5. I'm going to say that the Commanders covered that, and I'm going to go 27-19. 19, just barely.
Ooh,
Dope.
Garbage time touchdown.
I feel like you just took it from me.
Yep.
I also feel like we jump out on them early. They playing catch up the rest of the game. Second half, they get some garbage time touchdowns, but ultimately, we know this game is over by halftime.
Okay,
All
I
right?
love it.
I love it. Hey, Kavasi, Chase, what's your final score prediction? Before we throw it over to JB Smooth, and this is our Feldman final score prediction.
I'm going to say final score prediction 42-10. I think we're at least hanging, Henrik Zetterberg on them to, another nice little way to say the 40 burger. But I think they might get a touchdown. But when we saw they barely made that field goal to get them on to this week last week. So I think they don't. I'm not expecting much out of their offense. I think they might get 10. I'm expecting maybe a made field goal, missed field goal, but Lions are usually scoring 6 touchdowns.
Easily. I like that confidence.
No
man.
respect, I tell you. No respect.
Hey, you know what? Someone who's respected all the opponents this year, that is the voice of reason. And Woodward Sports MVP, one Mr. JB Smooth.
70-10.
No, come on now.
70-10. I'm not going to disrespect them. 84-6.
And then help the people make some money from Caesars, man.
I wasn't going to do that. I was going to get the Commanders a little bit of respect, but my final score prediction, Lions 31, Commanders 17. The Lions jump out to that early lead. And then, as you said, you get that little garbage time touchdown. At least make them feel better about themselves, So it's not that bad of a game. But shout out to Caesars once again, because I was trying to cook up a parlay. I'm telling you right now, this game, from a betting standpoint, since the Lions are so heavily favored, you're going to have to add a lot together to try to make some profits. Whether it's 2-3 touchdowns from one single player to turn a profit on this game, you got to do that. And I don't want to sit here and overly glaze the Lions and just pick every single over, because I'm telling you right now, when I looked on Caesars, it looked very good to just click here every single one. J-Mo over 55, Amon-Ra over 70, over and over again. So I tried to be a little bit realistic with this parlay. But if you got $50 right now, throw it on this. I looked at these lines yesterday. I did Jared Goff, alternate passing line, over 225.
Okay.
Goff, 2+ touchdowns.
All right.
Jaden Daniels, I'm going to give you some respect. You will be scrambling out of the pocket a lot, so over 40 rushing yards for him. Jahmyr Gibbs, rushing and receiving, just because I don't think Monty is going to be out there a whole lot, and they're definitely going to be splitting carries, but over 100 rushing and receiving yards combined together. Amon-Ra, J-Mo, I got to give you 50 apiece on that one for your yards as well, too. Terry McLaurin, I'm not scared of you. Jaden McDaniels will be out there. He's at least going to get the ball moving and try to move these chains a little bit. So I gave him 50 yards out there. That's respectable. Sam Laporta, you're still out there. I gave you 40. And these other two Washington Commanders receivers, I have no idea who you really are besides De'Ami Brown. But I gave you 20 yards apiece just because you can't sit here and rely on Terry McLaurin that whole entire time. But 10-leg parlay, if you got $50, nets you $325. I mean, I didn't go too Lions crazy. What do you guys think?
I would have left them last 2 legs off, but overall, I kind of like how this is looking though.
Yeah, overall,
my boy dropped a 10-legger on him.
Sheesh.
Like I said,
10-legger.
Every single Lions thing just seemed like so perfect. It was like, oh, this could happen. This will happen.
If
This will
it's gonna
happen.
be
That's how
BTA,
Vegas gets you.
but if it's going to be BTA, right, then that's the way it's supposed to look.
Right.
That is exactly the way it's supposed to look.
We've seen this Lions offense, everybody eat on there, so yeah.
And
very
then
possible.
people start crying, oh, they're not classy. Oh my gosh, you're running up the score and everybody. Like, people are crying in the NFL, bro. Like another NFL team.
Like, since when the Lions got to, make sure you respect this other team. Nobody respected us. Like, so I could care less, man. Like I said, it ain't got to be encapsulated in disrespect. We are just better than you. That's what it is.
We're just better.
Ooh, I love this greasy talk up in here.
Yeah, man, we just better than
you
you.
know what? From y'all,
And if y'all the better team, y'all will come in the forward field and prove it.
Y'all know I like getting fired up, and it's like KG's just spitting right now. Sometimes you just a parishioner.
Yeah.
And you preaching, bro.
You'll have your chance like 17 other teams did.
Hey, you know what?
Commanders fans asked for this. They asked for this.
Hey,
We want Detroit.
let's get y'all last words over.
Detroit.
Let's start with High Def, man, before we wrap up. Like, get a microphone. Let's get your last words, brother.
Commanders fans, listen, man. Let me tell y'all something.
Talk to him.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm sorry. Listen. Let me talk to you. Y'all asked for this.
Talk to him.
Okay, y'all asked for this. We've been stepping on everybody all year. Okay, we got the #1 seed. We rested. Our people are back. We got one of the best quarterbacks in football, minus them 5 interceptions in that game. We might be talking about Jared Goff winning MVP this year. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. We got Knuckles back. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown, first team All-Pro. We got J-Mo. We got the best offensive line in football. Y'all don't want these problems. I'm telling you. But you ask for it, and you're going to get it. Lions, 27-19.
Let's rock.
That's it.
Hey,
Yeah.
any last
You gotta
words
come
for the
to Detroit.
people?
Detroit versus everybody. I mean,
Hey.
if we can go down the whole roster, each player on the Lions is special. There's no stopping them.
Let's go.
I love it.
Cody Davis, thank you for your time. That is Detroit News, Detroit Pistons beat writer, and you've also covered and still cover NFL on a credential basis. And that's High Def Steph over there, a official DJ for the Pistons, official DJ for Motor City Cruise, for Wayne State in events and All-Star games and Big Shine stuff, all that type of stuff.
Right.
Hey, summertime, she's a student at Oakland University, but she is crushing everything, getting interviews with everybody. And you do work for the Oakland Post.
Yep.
Yes. I remember you were covering March Madness.
Yes.
Hey, we were covering March Madness. It was fun, but you were crushing. I know you followed Oakland around as they kind of had this hot kind of spark across the nation. So
definitely was a big deal for us.
yeah, shout out to you, Cody Davis, though, man. What up, though, brother?
Yeah, man. I just want to say really quick. First and foremost, thank you for having me.
Oh,
and,
of course.
And secondly, man, let me tell a Commanders fan something. back in 2019, you know, Texans they advanced, and I remember Texans fan was like, "We want the Chiefs. We want the Chiefs." We went to Arrowhead. We went up 24-0. The next thing you know, we lost 51-31. And after that, the franchise was never the same after that. So I just want to say, Commanders fan, just be careful for what you wish for, man. Especially when you're targeting a team that's been arguably, if not the best team in the league, man. Because once again, I've seen it before, and
you have firsthand.
And boy, when I tell you, it got bad in Houston. It was bad for about 3-4 years after that. So it was bad.
Rubbed them the wrong way.
Hey, you know what, man? That's the show. Let's get this music going as we break it all the way down. Shout out to our brother Matthew Broder. Thank you for being here and supporting us in the chat this morning. That dude Justin for the hard work you do, and our brother Flannel Sam Reynolds.
Yep.
We love you, man. Hope to see you here Monday celebrating a victory show. But this elite booth today, Kavasi Chase in the sound booth. Shout out to you, man. Great show, great job as well.
Hey, shout out everybody. There's no better place to be than here in the Chase Lounge. That's all I got to say. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Summer. Shout out to High Def Steph. Appreciate you guys tapping in and hanging out with us. It's going to be a fun week, fun weekend. There's a lot of Detroit sports going on this weekend. So, stay locked into your TV. Make your way downtown to Second Best, hang out with the squad. And, it's going to be a great weekend. Like I said, guys, stay tapped in. Neil will be bringing some heat with Sean Belizian in about 57 minutes. We got the heavyweights tonight. Who knows what they're going to get into? And then sandwiched in between that, we got Ermanni and Edwards. So stay tapped in. A lot of great stuff for you guys. Should be a fun show. I think Dan Miller's actually on today for Ermanni and Edwards.
Yeah, he will be.
Okay. So appreciate you guys. Shout out Seymour Ford. Shout out my dad. Love you guys. And see you guys Monday.
Hey, let's rock. WUW Sports MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth.
Yo, what's going on? Shout out to all our guests. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Summer. High Def Steph in the building. Hey, it's going to be an amazing day on Saturday. Get down there early. As Shay said, come hang out with us. Second Best Bar. Gillies as well, too, for the watch party. Man, it's going to be epic on Saturday. That's all I got to say. Get down there early and be safe.
It's going to be epic. And you know what? Shout out again to our special guest today, Dr. J. Jugganathan of Jugganathan Neurosurgery. Shout out to me. He has locations all over the state of Michigan. He grew up in the DMV, but has been a Michigander, proud Michigander for many, many decades since. But this weekend, the allegiance is split because he's a Commanders fan. Thank you for him joining the show and giving us perspective from a Commanders side. But KG, it's been 2 weeks, man, and you crushed the desk.
Thank you, bro.
You absolutely deserve a desk spot, man. You did your thing. This has been fun. And it's awesome to see you be able to have this.
And thank you, for empowering me to come up here and do my thing, man. Of course, my team, I can't do this without y'all. Can't do it without y'all in the chat, man. We love every single one of you. Even our Washington Commanders contingent that recently joined us. Come on back Monday, man. Let's see what it's hitting for. But, hey, man, shout out to everybody in the chat that's been spamming the likes, spamming the love. We love y'all, man, and let's keep this shit rolling. Go Lions, go Pistons, go Wings.
Hey, let's go.
Loaded Saturday.
Hey, man, I was in the parking garage last night at UDM after the Pistons game, and I was just looking out. And I was like, man, it's something when we say it here, but when I'm in that garage just looking out over the city, one side you're seeing the train station, You turn around, you're seeing Comerica Park, Ford Field, LSA, all 4 sports teams, and all, y'all know my word, percolating right now, man. So shout out to Detroit Sports. And this has been an awesome show. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to go on ahead and smash that like button, please throw some more love in the chat for our guests today, for our extended chat family, for this amazing booth, and for KG as well. You crushed your opportunity. I hope you get more. We don't know where it goes from here. I know that you're going to still continue to do what you do.
Oh, yeah.
But I hope that you get more. I really do. So just throw some love in it. Y'all know how I am, man. You got to give the flowers while everybody can actually enjoy them. Please do so, man. I bought my grandma more flowers for her funeral, bro, than alive. And those are the things that I'm like, you know what? When you got the opportunity to do something for somebody, even if it's small, just go on ahead and do it while they can enjoy it right now.
Never know the impact that is making, bro.
And you know what? I'm fired up for Lions versus Commanders all day tomorrow. It's going to be epic. Stay tapped in with Woodward Sports. We got you guys covered. Hey, it's Brandon Dent, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer for the network.
That man. Hold on.
Hey,
there it is. Oh, shoot the J, shoot it.
Y'all already know.
It.
I learned that from Magic. I learned that from your brother. Them
Yeah.
boys shoot from everywhere.
Right.
Hey, this has been a show. It's Wake Up Woodward. Smash that like button, y'all. Love y'all, man.
Let's go.